So welcome back. So in previous lecture we have tried to see the various form of the rate loss at low concentration of substrate, high concentration of substrate, and when the substrate concentration becomes equals to the Michaelis-Menten constant. Okay. Now next is the we'll try to see the another form of equation, which is the Lineweaver-Burke plot and the Ede-Hofstee analysis. Okay. So first we'll try to see the this Lineweaver-Burke plot. So this Lineweaver-Burke plot, which is also called as a double reciprocal plot. So as the name suggesting, it is what? It is the graph of two reciprocal variables, means along the y-axis as well as along the x-axis we are having the reciprocal terms. Okay. So the rate law which is obtained by using the given mechanism is what? R is equals to V max into S divided by Km plus S. So we have just taken the reciprocal of above equation. So what will be the change in the given equation? So equation will be looks like 1 upon R into, or sorry, 1 upon R is equals to Km plus S divided by V max into S. So we have just separated that terms. So we will rearrange that equation as 1 upon R is equals to Km upon V max into S plus S upon V max into S. So this S's get cancelled. So finally we have been left with 1 upon R is equals to Km into V max into 1 upon S plus 1 upon V max. So this 1 upon V max is what? Is a constant. Suppose we have like plotting the graph of 1 upon R versus 1 upon S. So slope of that equation is comes out to be what? Km upon V max. Okay. Km upon V max. So we have the equation of the form y is equals to mx plus c. Okay. Where c is 1 upon V max. Slope is what? Km upon V max. So this 1 upon R versus 1 upon S. Okay. So along y-axis we have plotted 1 upon R, and along x-axis we have plotted the 1 upon S. So we will get the graph of having positive slope, which is what? Km upon V max, which is the slope, and y-intercept of the given equation is what? 1 upon V max. So this is the y-intercept. Okay, this is the standard form for the y-intercept. So y-intercept of the given equation is comes out to be 1 upon V max. Now next, what is the like x-intercept for the given equation? Okay, so this is the y-intercept. So how will you find this x-intercept? So in order to get the x-intercept, we have just simply put the y is equals to 0. So when we put that equation in the given equation, we'll get what? Km upon Vmax into 1 by S plus 1 upon Vmax is equals to 0. So 1 upon Vmax is equals to 0. So 1 upon S is equals to minus 1 upon Km. Okay. So this is the y-intercept. So like if you like tell what is the y-intercept, which is 1 upon Vmax, and what is the x-intercept, which is minus 1 upon Km. So sometime you may be given the graph of like various uh, R values and various S values, and you just need to tell the value of Michaelis constant and the velocity like maximum rate of given equation. So from that graph you just need to like take the y-intercept and x-intercept, and depending upon that values you will get the value of minus 1 upon Km. Also there is like another method to find out this Michaelis-Menten constant. Okay, this is the one method, like by just simply extrapolating this graph on the negative direction of x-axis, you will get the value of Michaelis-Menten constant. Okay? So this is the one method. Now another method is there in order to find out the Michaelis-Menten constant. Like here we have been given the slope value, which is what? Km upon Vmax is equals to slope. So instead of this, we have just simply rearranged this equation as Vmax is equals to what? Vmax is equals to Km upon slope. So Vmax is comes out to be Km upon slope. Okay. Or this 1 upon Vmax is what? Intercept or the y-intercept. So instead of this 1 upon Vmax, we can simply substitute this y-intercept. So if you like find out the Km value, so Km is what? Slope divided by y-intercept. So this is also the one other form in order to find out the value of this Michaelis-Menten constant. Okay. So sometime you maybe get the value of y-intercept or the x-intercept, so whichever the value which is given to you, so depending upon that value you should able to find out the velocity constant, Michaelis Menten constant. Okay, so all of this constant you should be able to find out by using this Lineweaver-Burke plot, okay, or the double reciprocal plot. Now next is the Adie-Hofstee analysis. So this is the another form of equation where we'll try to plot the graph of r upon s versus r. So the standard rate law equation is what? R is equals to Vmax into s upon Km plus s. So we have just rearranged that equation as r upon s is equals to Vmax divided by Km plus s, or this we have just taken these terms on the right hand side. So that is Km into r divided by s plus s into r divided by s. So this s's get cancelled. Now this Km upon s into r plus r is equals to Vmax, or just dividing by, okay, this Km we get what? R upon s is equals to Vmax upon Km minus r upon Km. So this is the form of equation y is equals to mx plus c, where slope is what? Minus 1 upon Km. So slope is minus, negative slope is there, minus 1 upon Km, and the y-intercept is what? Vmax upon Km. So from this equation also we can be able to calculate the values of Michaelis Menten constant and the velocity constant, okay, or the Vmax, maximum rate of given reaction. So you should be able to like calculate the all the constant values depending upon the given form of equation. So there should not be like any confusion of which equation to be used. So whichever the values which are given to you in the given numerical, so you should use that equation and you should put that values in that given equation, and finally try to find out the unknown value which is the result of or the answer of the given problem. Okay, so this is the Michaelis Menten equation. So this famous equation find various application. Okay, so various problems are there. So in order to find out the values of various constant, we'll try to use the various equations. Okay. So we'll try to see some problems based upon this Michaelis Menten constant. Okay, once we have finished with the theory part of this whole chapter. Okay, so we'll try to see some numericals based upon this Michaelis Menten constant once we have like finished this overall chapter. Okay. Now next is the factors which will affect this enzyme action. Okay, so there are two factors, which is what? Effect of pH on the given enzyme catalysis reaction and the effect of temperature. Okay, so previously we have seen the concentration effect. So whole this Michaelis Menten equation will tells you about the effect of concentration of substrate and concentration of enzyme on the rate of reaction. Now second effect is the pH of this solution, and third effect is the effect of temperature. So we will try to second effect, which is the effect of pH on the enzyme catalysis. So the rate of enzyme catalysis will increases with increase in the pH. At a certain value of pH it will reaches to the maxima, and after thereafter it will start to get decrease. Why is it so? Because we all know that these enzymes are what? Enzymes are proteins, and these proteins are nothing but the amino acids. So amino acid are having the functional group what? NH2 and COH. So one particular group is being active at specific pH value, and there is a like isoelectric point for the given protein is there. So or for the given amino acid there is one isoelectric point where this whole amino acid is act as a zwitterion. Okay, so we'll like have the particular pH value where that rate value is maximum. So that point is depending upon the like pH of a solution. So the pH at which the rate of reaction is maximum is called as a optimum pH of a given enzyme, okay, for the given reaction. So pH will tells you the nature of that particular enzyme, whether it is acting as a base or the acid in that particular reaction. So that value is depending upon the pH of solution. So overall we can see that this pH will decide the nature of enzyme or the acidity or the basicity of the enzyme. So at particular pH value we will get the maximum rate of given reaction, and rest of the pH we will be having the less rate of reaction, okay. Now next parameter is the effect of temperature. Now the rate of reaction which increases with increasing temperature, which is the obvious case because the increase in the collision of the reactant which will resulted into the increase in the rate of reaction. So due to increase in the temperature, the collision between substrate and the enzyme get increased. So at around 45 degrees centigrade, the rate of reaction shows the maxima, and beyond this temperature the rate of reaction start to decrease. And the reason for this is what? Because the decomposition of enzyme will take place beyond 55 degrees centigrade. The complete denaturation of protein will take place by the breaking of what? These peptide bonds, okay. So these proteins are get denatured beyond the 55 degrees centigrade or at higher temperature. So instead of like linearly increasing the rate of reaction, we will get the peak of the maximum rate, and again it will start to decrease due to the breaking of our protein, which is what? Enzyme. So these peptide bonds get broken, and that's the reason why we get the decrease in the rate of reaction beyond the certain temperature value, okay? So at 45 degrees centigrade we will get the maximum value of temperature, okay. So this is all about the effect of substrate, that is enzyme catalysis, Michaelis-Menten equation, then effect of pH and effect of temperature, okay. Now we have been left with activators and inhibitors for the enzyme catalysis, and non-competitive, competitive and uncompetitive mechanism of enzyme inhibition, okay. So we'll try to see this in the next lecture, okay.